So apparently there was another dev note, I guess, to talk about, right? With Project Sekai for the Wonder Show 31 that we had. And it was like volume 18 of their questionnaire thing that they do. Never mind that this was also translated by Google. But if we go over here we are. In whatever the heck this is, which was also automatically translated by Google. Now, while it's not going to be the official, this website's kind of cool. Google Translate at least gives us a good idea of what we're looking at. So, hello, this is Project Sekai development team. I think that's pretty good. Self-explanatory. We will inform you again as a sentence. What? As a sentence about the contents that we told you in Project Sekai Wanda Show channel number 31. Part 2 broadcast on April 24th. Immediately we see the issues, but we can kind of see. If you haven't seen this broadcast, please read it to make it easier for you to understand. Some corrections have been made from time to time for broadcast. Oh, really now? Regarding the reprint operation of limited time members and updates until 3rd anniversary. This basically means printing is kind of like their cards, right? Because we roll for the units cards, so you can see reprint as, well, the rerun. Since we roll for cards. You get it? Kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, they get reprints or initially rolling. It's like when a figure is made and then... Okay, you guys get it. Until now, the reprints of limited time gacha with limited time members have been operated about 1 year after the first event. But for the time limited gacha that has been reprinted once in the past, it will be reprinted in the same format. It is our policy not to reprint. What do you mean not to reprint? In addition, in line with this policy, we plan to provide opportunities to acquire limited time members who have already reappeared once. So please wait for future announcements. Some gachas, such as collaboration limited gachas, are not subject to this operation. So this is important. The reason why we're looking at this is literally because of this thing, because it was brought up to my attention when we were talking about the current banner that is actually going on. The Evilist Memoirs of Wrongdoing gacha, or Memoirs of Sinners gacha, right, on JP. This is the first time that banner has gone a rerun, and we were wondering whether or not this banner was actually going to get a rerun after this. They just said that in the future, they may rerun limited gachas, right? Which that's what I was talking about earlier, why I thought this wouldn't get a rerun after this, right? Like a third printing, as you may call it, of this banner. Because before today, all banners that have come out have only come out at least twice, right? Everything within a year has only come out at least twice. We don't count like the limited paid banners or the special banners that happen to have, you know, limited characters. Those don't count as reruns. Those are just banners where you can get those characters in. But here they're actually saying specifically because there's literally only one collab gacha. There's no other, there's collaborations that they've done, but there's only been one collaboration gacha. They literally just contradicted themselves. Listen, Akira Kamishiro, this isn't Google Translate. Some stuff is going to sound weird. But yes, they did contradict themselves right there. They mean not to like reprint again after that or something. But this shows you, so like you see the banner that we're looking at alongside Evilist. This may get another rerun in the future, right? This may actually get a rerun in the future, which is nice. Which, now that I know that, I can actually more recommend rolling for Evilist because these characters are possibly never coming back, as they're saying that. Of course, Mizuki's banner will get a rerun because it's only appeared once. Now I know I have a chance to get White's Day Mizuki at some point, but will I have the crystals or be willing to roll on that banner? I have no idea. Let's see. About updates for the 3rd anniversary. In order to focus on the 3rd anniversary update, the frequency of updates will be temporarily reduced. Specifically, it is assumed that minor updates will be performed once or twice. Okay, so we're not going to get a lot of big updates because they're going to try to save that for the 3rd anniversary. They just said they'll offer different way to acquire characters that have appeared in a rerun. What? No, look. Look. We will provide opportunities to... Oh, okay. We will provide opportunities to acquire limited time members who have already appeared once, so please wait for future announcements. Okay, yeah, okay. That's a better thing. That is a better way to look at that. Yeah. So that goes more in line with this. It's their policy to not rerun the banner. So they may just, instead of, you know, rerunning the banner itself, they'll just have more banners where it's like, oh, here is a banner that has limited time units in it. Here's your chance to get it. Or like the anniversary banner where you have to pay and it's like, you can pick these specific limited characters to be on rate up, but you're not guaranteed them. Yeah, it's just it's literally what I'm saying. That's probably how they're gonna do it because that's already what they've been doing. Maybe they'll do a... Okay, here, you know how, as another thing, you know how they have banners where it's like, here's a focus type banner. Remember when we used to get those, right? Bang Dream actually has that system. Maybe they'll do a select list, but a limited version. They've already done that, Lewis. They've literally already done that. They've already done that. The only problem with those select lists is that they also include like, but it's not for Fest Limiteds. Fest Limiteds are different because you can actually still acquire Fest Limiteds. They're addressing Limited specifically because there is no other way to acquire a limited character outside of the limited banner that they're in. No, we have it. You can only pick oh, was that only for Festival Limiteds? Oh, okay. I thought regular limiteds were also there too. All right. That's my thing. Fest? Yes. Okay. I get it. Star C. All right, so then they'll probably do something similar to that. All right, we're done with the Festival Limiteds. Moving on. They'll just probably have a limited selector later in the future. Anyways, my confusion aside, because I'm like running on 3 hours of sleep right now. Let's see. Pro Sekai question box. I would like new gimmicks such as 4 fingers and note speed changes. Bro, what do you mean? They want new gimmicks as 4 fingers? Have you not played Yami Nabe? Oh, I haven't played Yami Nabe myself. Have you not played What's Up, Pop? This must be an old question that they're addressing. And note speed changes. Isn't this literally Yami? This one I actually think is cool. This one I've always kind of wanted in this game. And always thought that we've sort of had it. But this? Yo, no, get this out of here. What kind of cancer? No. Let me finish this. Let me actually finish reading it. I would like to be released with a slightly easier difficulty. They want it. So it's not that well, no, they want 4 finger stuff, but they want it to not be on like the harder difficulties. As a development team, we are not very positive about releasing a score that is physically difficult to play with 2 fingers. Especially with an easy difficulty, it is because we've added these gimmicks for the purpose of providing even higher difficulty content for players who can clear extremely high difficulty levels. We're aware of these opinions that people want to enjoy and practice the gimmicks with a wide range of difficulty level. However, the note speed change gimmick is not for the purpose of raising the difficulty level, but for the purpose of making it more enjoyable. Yes, it's not, it can, how do I say it? It's just like a subsequent thing that happens that slowing down, like changing the speed of a song makes it more difficult. Well, it's a gimmick because in DDR, they have literal songs that just stop altogether, right? The speed the velocity of it goes to 0 right before notes. And that's literally not to increase the difficulty. It's just to like trip you up. It doesn't exactly make it harder. I mean, it does make it harder, but you guys get what I mean. Adding it to lower difficulties would make practicing it easier. Did you skip a line? No, I didn't. We're at this point. We're at this. I didn't go to this. I didn't go to this. We'd like for your understanding that we continue to develop and consider the introduction of music gimmicks, keeping in mind that there are many players who play with 2 fingers. Oh, really? You're keeping in mind that there's players that play with 2 fingers, huh? But if they were to add it, it would have to be on a special difficulty instead. Where? I don't even see that. Let's see. We are aware that there are opinions. I read this wide range of difficulty levels, but if we do implement them in the future. Oh, wait. Okay, no, I didn't read this part. We will provide special charts instead of normal difficulty charts. Very likely, however, what? The note speed gimmick is, yeah, okay, I did skip. Yo, I'm tired. Thanks for looking out. You guys have to be attentive with me, right? I really am on my grandpa boomer status. Like, back in my day, I could read this in one go. Okay, in conclusion, there are no more currently plans to respond. If you add more items that can be exchanged with the surplus live P. Is it possible to exchange leftover live P from monthly live missions for some item? Oh, this is for the mission pass. And this is something that I've said that they should have, right? Because other gacha games have this. Say like if you get past 10,000 and you're still collecting live points, that doesn't really provide you with anything. So they're asking like, can we get extra rewards? Like, I don't know why it's so hard to just make it so like for every 10 points or every 100 points, after 10k, you get 10 gold, something like that. In conclusion, there's no current plans. If we add more items that can be exchanged to surplus, this item is attractive to a certain extent. We recognize that in the goal of the live missions that you really need to achieve, but it is already really hard to achieve like max thing. I mean, it's easier now with the bonus mission. There's room for consideration to add the items and the quantity that you don't mind, even if you can get them. But at the moment, we think development resources should go to improve other more critical. What do you think about the difference in number of costumes for male and female? I think it's atrocious. They could add every 50 points, get a note sheet. That's actually a really good idea. get like a note sheet. Heck, they could even make it like every 1,000 points you get, I don't know, a skill sheet. That'd be great. I doubt that they would do that, but it would probably be something along the lines of either XP or gold. Gold is the more easy option. Even Genshin does that, right? Like after you get to AR 60 in Genshin, every bit of adventure rank XP that you get is converted into gold. Every 50 points you get 60k crystals. Let's go. Every 50 points you get a guaranteed 4-star college ticket that can be used on any god. Live costumes are one of the characters' missions, and the development team has long known the difference in number of live costumes between male and female characters, making it more difficult to raise the character rank of male characters and female characters. Yes! However, it is extremely difficult to completely solve this problem due to the balance in number of male and female characters. The first is to equalize the number of live costumes by implementing the same number of men's live costumes as women's live costumes. This is simply impossible from a resource standpoint, but if we're possible to provide it at the moment, there's no choice but to obtain it by means other than gacha. And a new problem arises, I think will, and this will make, well, I think will, Google Translate, thanks. The second is to make the number of requirements for men's live costumes easier than the women's live costume for character men. There's a possibility that it may become more difficult to raise the character ranks for female characters than male characters, and we believe that this will create a new problem similar to the first. What? Just make it so that it compensates. I mean, you would have an update, like plan out what events, because they have to be planning out events like at least 6 months in advance, right? So maybe they'll have like a year about when things would happen, and then it's just like, all right, for this update, now we'll update this thing so that it's like I guess the amount that needs to be upgraded to the guys would be like some kind of equivalent for the girls. I don't know. I'm not a developer, so based on this, as a development team, we believe that the current situation is not perfect, but it is the best. On the other hand, we believe that there's still room for alleviating the problem rather than completely solving it. We will consider this as an item. Would you like to increase the frequency and number of responses to we are aware that the answers to the questions in the box are not catching up, but we believe that the current frequency and number of answers is appropriate. We understand that the questions you are asking are important questions for each and every one of you, but it's physically impossible to keep. Yeah, can't answer. I can barely keep up with my own chat. We're barely reaching double digits. Also, while answering questions, our development team intends to explain the background clearly and select answer questions that many people will be interested. I wish that the Genshin development team would be like that, you know? There can also be disconnect between questions we expect you to have answered and questions that the development team, or questions that you asked and questions that the development team can answer that you would expect to be answered. We considered many measures to eliminate the divergence as much as possible. Post second question box casual. Oh, this is just random questions. So we're no longer with like game questions. Since when did Shiho start telling Shizuku don't stick with? Because I went to elementary school, it seems that she was a little embarrassed to be spoiled in front of Leonid members. That makes sense. I can relate to that. But not with like a sibling, but more with like parents. How many centimeters is the largest penguin item that Haruka has? She has a 1.1 meter. What? It is a stuffed emperor penguin. Who has a large or small bite when eating? Before even reading this, it's Emu. Emu has a big bite. Kanade has a small bite. Okay, that makes sense. When Emu eats what he likes, his mouth would be very wide. But he can also eat with his small mouth. What are these translations? Tell me about Shibao. That's Kohane's dog, right? This is what happens when you don't read the event stories. I can't believe Emu got a gender change while I wasn't paying attention. A little intimidated but full of curiosity with Honami's wait, I can't wait forever. Is this gonna have like spoils for the story? But I like to bask in the sun on Honami. Did I say Kohane? Kohane has a snake. Yeah, Kohane has a snake. I am tired. Honami's wait, I can wait forever, and I like the basket. So wait, are they saying the dog is a little intimidated but very curious creature, but if Honami says to wait, the dog can wait forever? The dog feels like it can wait forever. Yeah, that's what I got. Exactly what I. How many times a week do you hear noises and explosions at Kamiyama High School? Kamiyama Koko dewa shumatsu? No, I forget how to say like week. Ni nankai kurai otoya. I can't even say that. You can hear it at least once a day. Oh boy. Rui is actually a terrorist. Oh boy. Well, time to go to the official Discord to talk about Rui being a terrorist. It's always Rui. Why are we immediately associating Rui with this? It could be Emu because it's Rui. It's like you know, an anime where it's like, what is that? It's like Rui da, right? It's Rui. Rui. What are you? Why are you guys all calm right now? And it's just Rui. I mean, straight up, it's one of Mizuki and Rui's interaction that starts off with an explosion. Yeah. I think I remember actually seeing that. Anyways, that has been number 18 of the questionnaires, I guess, right? Volume 18. Yes, that's volume 18. Or wait, is this volume 18 from Wonder Show 31? That'd be crazy. They've already done 18 of these questionnaires for just number 31. Anyways, that was an interesting thing. Let's move over to the next thing, but I hope you all enjoyed this. You all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and we are done with this. See ya on the grind.